Hi and welcome to this pick a card reading or pick a deck reading as it is today. As you can see, there are 3 decks for you to choose from. They are all some of the COLETTE BARON-REID card decks, and if you already know which deck you would like to see the reading from, you feel free to skip straight to the video via the timestamps, because this is of course timestamps as always. You can also stay a little while and listen to me talk a little bit about the reading the spreads today, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I'm going to do it. So feel free to stay or feel free to go straight to videos as it feels right for you. So there are 3 decks, as you can see, to choose from. We have the mystical Shaman Oracle, and we have the Spirit Animal Oracle, and the Oracle of the 7 Energies. And they are, as I said, all from COLETTE BARON-REID. The mystical Shaman Oracle is made in collaboration with Alberto Villaldo and Marcela Lopez. And yeah, I'm going to find 2 cards for each from each deck to each reading. No, that's sorry, that was wrong. For each reading, I'm going to find 2 cards. So 2 cards from mystical Shaman for one reading, and 2 cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle for the other reading, and 2 cards from the Oracle of 7 Energies for the third reading. This is how it's going to be. And sometimes there's an extra card that sometimes during the reading the cards are asking me to draw an extra card, and then of course, if that's the case today, I will do so. Let's see, anything else important to tell? Yes, it's about when there is 2 cards. For instance, I'm just taking 2 cards to show, and sometimes I read them, like 1 card, and sometimes it's like 1 card, 2 cards that are cooperating. It's how it feels right when I get to it. So let's get to finding the cards. And of course, if this shuffling and finding cards are not for you, you can skip straight to the videos if you already know. If you feel more safe to see which cards before you choose that feel more right for you, then there would also be a place in timestamps where I'd say pick a card, pick a deck, and that is where you can pick with the cards on. So let's see if that, and you can skip to that if you don't want to see me find the cards. Let's see, second card for the first deck. Are 2 cards here not supposed to be? This one, yes. It's supposed to be the other way around. I can feel that. So like this. In here, you can adjust the camera a little bit. Like this, yes, that's good. And now the 2 cards for the animal spirit. Sorry, the Spirit Animal Oracle. The first one here. Let's see the second one. Whoa, it's way faster than the first deck. And they're going to be this way around here. So here we are. Like that. And then the third deck, the Oracle of the 7 Energies. 2 cards for that too. Whoa, that was third of the deck, a bit too much, I should think. Here we have the first one. And let's get the second one. Yes, we have that here. So yeah, a little bit of adjustment once more. I think that's it. So here we have it, and if you haven't already chosen, now it's a good time to, use your intuition and find out which deck or cards you feel drawn to. We have here card and deck number 1, cards and deck number 2, and cards and deck number 3. And yes, the mystical Shaman Oracle, the Spirit Animal Oracle, and the Oracle of the 7 Energies Oracle. So please use your intuition, and see you in timestamps. Hi, and welcome back to those of you who chose deck number 1, the mystical Shaman Oracle. And you have got the Serpent in medicine mode and the Beauty Way in the invitation. So let's take a look at that for you. The Serpent, as you can see, probably can see, here is a snake, or well, in a way it's 2 snakes. You see here, one head here, and 2 tails in the middle, and yeah. So, but it's in the medicine mode. It looks almost the same one way or the other, but there is an important difference. And the serpent here, the snake here, it's very much about letting go of the old that no longer fits, like the snake and the serpent here are shedding its skin to fit what it has become by growing into not another serpent, of course, another snake, but by growing, and expanding. And that's important for you to, because when we have the beauty way, it's very much about seeing the beautiful thing in life, also about growing. We have the lotus flower and the dragonfly, about beauty and change and changing in beauty, and finding the strength in the little things and finding the beauty in the little things, and by that feeling strengthened and feeling, and how can I put it, you grow by it. It's a way of learning, it's a way of growing, it's a way of living your life. And in combination with the serpent in the medicine mode, it's very even more about letting go of what no longer fits. Sort of like when your shoe has become too small, you get new shoes that fit. When you've outgrown your jacket, that's sort of when the snake has outgrown its skin, then you put it aside. Maybe you even give it to someone else. But anyway, you no longer are going to wear that jacket. You're no longer going to wear that old skin. You're no longer going to wear that old you, so to speak. And when you are shedding the things and letting go of the things willingly, by seeing, for instance, by seeing the beauty in in the opportunities it's going to give you, because when you set something free and let something go that no longer serves you probably, or that you have learned something from and now it's time to move on, then you can, when you do it with grace and ease, then you will be even more open to see the beauty in the little things, even the beauty in the difficult learnings you maybe just have had, or maybe are still in some way. And you will, with these two cards in combination, especially with this beauty way and the dragonfly and the lotus flower, you truly have the opportunity and the I'm getting the word gift of being able to truly see the beauty in all things, in everything, not just things and like things and plants and stuff, but also things like things in the meaning of experiences, life lessons and stuff. Because with the serpent as the first card, especially in the medicine mode here, it's really about evolving. It's really about learning as you live, and you know, and letting go and shedding the old, making room for new, making room for new beautiful things, making room for the new beautiful you, you know. For everything, for every time you say goodbye to something that have become too small for you in a way, that's no longer feels right for you, no matter if it's physical stuff, way of living, thought patterns, habits, job, a new place to live, some people you know that you know you have grown apart. Then instead of trying just because, and say, okay, it was very nice as long as it lasted, and then open yourself up to make room for new. It's in all areas of life. Shedding the old. And it's very important that you remember that that the less you resist, the more easy it goes. So let the old jacket fall and make room for a new and more fitting jacket, you know. Step out of the shoes that feel too small. Step out of the mind patterns that are holding you back. Step out of the patterns that you know somewhere and are not leading you anywhere, maybe even holding you back, maybe even unhealthy for you in some way, maybe not also in a physical way. Step away from all that and, acknowledge the learning of it and the beauty in it, because you have the gift of doing that. You have the gift of sort of following the beauty way and seeing the beauty of life, seeing the beauty of everything, of the lessons of people, of nature, of yourself. I'm getting that you sort of are, you're not only the serpent shedding its skin, you are also, by doing that, you are also making room for this beautiful flower to unfold all its petals, all its beauty and greatness and grandness. But for you to be able to open up and not just staying, see it's open up here, and not just staying when it was, I can't remember the English word, but before it blossomed out, when it was in here, not just staying in that. It's important that you say goodbye and shed the old skin, shed what is keeping you inside of yourself and making it possible for you to open yourself up from the inside out. Open your heart, open your smile and your energy so you can shine and, you know, acknowledge the beauty and the love within yourself and make it shine, you know, shine your light and be the flower, be the serpent that sheds its skin, so there's room for your own lotus flower to unfold, you know, unfold your petals, be your own beautiful flower, and then spread your wings and fly like the dragonfly in whatever direction you want. And you can shift again once more, you can shift all the time, you can see the beauty in every little part of life, in yourself, in others, in the lessons, even in the old things that are no longer for you. Because they learned you something. They were good at the time for something, maybe even a lot, you know, that gave you so much, that have been part of making you who you are now. And that is a beautiful thing too. And you have the gift of acknowledging that and remembering that and feeling that deep within yourself and letting your own petals unfold, so to speak, like the lotus flower, and spread your wings like the dragonfly, you know, and be the beautiful being that you truly are. But remember, to be able to do this, it's so important that what is holding you back and what is keeping you inside yourself, now it's time to let that go. And then you can blossom like this beautiful lotus flower. So that's this card's message for you on this day when you're watching this. Is anything else? Nope, not this time. So then there's just left for me to wish you a lovely day and hopefully happy travels, happy journey, and hopefully see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hi, and welcome to those of you who chose the Spirit Animal Oracle deck number 2, and you have gotten Bee Spirit and Dog Spirit today. And Bee Spirit is telling you that sweet results await, and Dog Spirit is telling you be loyal to what you love. That is the very short version. So let's get a little bit more into it. These two cards are, well, even if only one of them were there, it was really sort of good news. It was very, well, not necessarily good news in the traditional way, but a very uplifting and supportive, that way, good news. In the Bee Spirit in one way and the Dog Spirit in another way, but both cards very, very extremely supportive and nurturing cards that are telling you that we got you, you know, sort of good things are coming. And they're not just coming, you know, in the future, they are sort of already here. So if you haven't noticed, then please do open your eyes, please do open your heart, and hey, yes, I'm surrounded by love, I'm surrounded by abundance, I have all this. It's sort of the shorter version of it all. So there's very good vibrations about this two cards together. I'm sensing that there is something that is important to be aware of. Maybe not for all of you watching this video, but at least for some of you. And if you feel inside and be honest towards yourself, you will know whether or not you are one of those people, or, well, not today, but maybe another time. The little sort of trap is maybe a wrong word here, but right now I can't think of a better one. I will tell if it comes. There's a little trap in this. There's a little danger is too strong word. Trap is a little bit better. There is yeah, I got it now. There is a little shadow side to these cards I'm getting for some of you, and that is if you forget to be loyal to yourself and to what you truly love. Be loyal to yourself and your heart, then it can be too easy to just taking things for granted and falling into I think I will try to go to express it with my tone of voice. Instead of having the feeling of, yes, this comes to me because I'm worth it, because I'm human being on this earth, and we are all worthy of it. Instead of having that feeling so that then it can be more like, yes, I deserve this because I am me, and there's this risk of the ego saying, yes, of course I deserve, because I can do this and this and this, and I have this job, or I have this money, or I have this, I think this way, or I am this way, or I have whatever earthly reason you put in. There's this risk of your ego going in and saying, yes, I have this because I deserve it. And yes, you do have it because you deserve it, but not in the ego kind of way, more in the altruistic human kind of way, because we all deserve it, you included. So there is this risk of falling into the ego, because with the bee spirit and sweet results awake, it's there are all these things happening, and you're attracting things, and yeah, look at this, I got this job, I got this money, I got this, all this, oh, now I can afford this car, and I can afford everything I ever wanted. Well, maybe not this much, but it's an example. Things are truly going my way. Yes, 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 and then it can be easy for us as humans. It's a totally natural thing. Not that it serves us very well. It can be a bit of a hard lesson to get out of and away from again. But it can be easy for some of us to fall into that trap, and being all ego-centered and enjoying it in, how can I explain? Because I'm not thinking in that. I see this card is so difficult. Yeah, there are this risk of falling into an ego-centered mode of, I deserve this, so I don't have to share. You can do it on your own, so keeping it instead of being true to yourself, and seeing that the bee is also part of a beehive. The bee cannot survive on its own, and it's very important that you too remember that you are part of a bigger whole, and that we all interact. So when it's good for you, then it's good for others. When it's good for others, it's good for you. And the more we share the goodness around, the better for you and the rest of us. So that's important to remember. It's really important to remember with these two cards that for keeping the energy flowing and the abundance to know the abundance of love and the abundance of having being surrounded with the people that support you, and the abundance of having what's important to pay bills and stuff, all that, both practical stuff and more emotional levels. For that to keep on, coming in, then it's so important to both remember that you are part of a bigger whole. You might say, the bee is just one bee, and the hive can easily live without it. Well, yeah, but if we say that for every bee in the hive, then suddenly, poof, the hive is gone. And it's the same with us as humankind. We are all equally important, and so are you. Um, we are all co-creator of this big human hive, so to say, beehive in human form. We are all co-creator of our own lives, and what we do affects other people, and what other people do affects us. And that's why it's also extra important we have the dark spirit here to help us remember to be loyal what what we love in ourselves, be loyal to what we love to do, be loyal to who we love around us, be loyal to who we truly are within ourselves, be loyal to our heart, and act from our hearts, think from our hearts, speak from our hearts. So when you speak from your heart, when you act from your heart, and when you sort of think from your heart to your heart's mind instead of your mind's mind, or make them, have them to collaborate, that is of course a very good thing. Then you will truly see sort of all the honey to stay in the the bee language, all the sweetness of the honey, all the warmth that the hive gives, all the, and you will be able to attract even more. You will sort of be able to stay in that flow of co-creating and sharing and receiving. And maybe it's already started, and you're not just quite aware of that is actually what is going on. If it's not, then yeah, well, it's with both of these cards, it's just about be true to yourself. Remember, yeah, just I know something's difficult, but yeah, and remember that you are part of a greater whole, and what you give, you get back, maybe even tenfold or even more. Because literally speaking, the bee brings in the pollen, it becomes well, to honey, and in the hive it gets protection, it gets warmth, it gets food, it gets all its needs, yeah, gets all its needs covered. And so do you when you remember that you are part of a greater whole. Live from your heart, speak from your heart, act from your heart. And be the bee and the dog, so to speak, loyal to what you love and loyal to your heart's inner feelings and inner emotions and inner and what your heart truly wants, be loyal to that. and be loyal to the knowing and the feeling of being part of a greater whole. That way you open up, continuing to open up even more for the flow, so things come to you. You give, you receive. I'm getting this, you sort of emanate warmth also, because when the bee flap its wings, it's part of, creating all this energy and warmth and heat to help other people. And this also spread like strings in the water. It's all connected. We have all these little hexagons. That's how it is in the beehive. They put in, honey in some, and the queen puts larvae in some, and and the workers tend to them, and like eggs in some, and then the workers tend to them. But they're all, some of them for food and some of them for the growth of the hive and the continuing of the bee species, and translating into humans and translating into our lives. It's very much about, by taking care of the whole, we are at the same time taking care of ourselves with plenty. Okay? And it's way more to do that when we acknowledge that we are part of a greater whole and open ourselves by giving and receiving and being true and loyal to our heart's desires, what we truly want within ourselves, within our heart. So it's so beautiful when you remember to live from your heart and share the love with the ones around you and in the world. Then you are open to receiving. For each time you send something out, you will get minimum the same amount back. Maybe not in the same way, and it comes from different directions. No matter. It's all in flow. You can be all in flow in the giving and the receiving. As long as you be loyal to your heart and to what you truly love. And remember, no matter how small or how big you feel yourself, that you are yourself, you are an important part of the great human hive, so to speak, the great human beehive, so to speak. You bring in, you give something to the whole, and the whole gives so much more to you. But stay in your heart while doing it. And I'm getting the word miracles, and well, maybe not. Miracles comes in all size and all sizes and forms, but so yes, I'm going to stick with the word, and then miracles can happen. And the expansion of love and light also. Anything else here? No. So that's so enjoy the feelings of and the flow and staying and remembering and staying in the love, staying in your heart and live from your heart. That's the main message, so to speak. Yeah, and I'm getting one more time. Remember to be true to yourself and to your heart, and remember that you're part of a greater whole. That is so important to remember that and to live that, because when you do that, you open yourself up to receiving so much more. That is this two cards message for you today. So I think that was it. So only left for me to say, wish you a lovely day and hopefully see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hi and welcome back to those of you who chose the third deck, Oracle of the Seven Energies. And you've gotten the Body and Soul card, and with the dragonfly and the lotus flower and the endless possibilities, with all the stars connecting, the third eye, crown chakra up, and universe, and universe and stars connecting with humans. So it's endless possibilities and body and soul. And well, this is of course a good thing that there's endless possibilities. But for you to, with this body and soul card, there is this reminder in it that for you to have access to this endless possibilities, because you do have that access, we all have, you do too. But for you to be able to harness it, to connect to all that possibilities, to see them, to feel them, to sort of take them in, then it's not just about telling yourself and wanting them, say, oh yeah, I know I want this. With the body and soul card here first, then that is not enough just right now. Then first you have to look upon yourself and within yourself. What are your choices? Who are you taking care of the most? Other people or yourself? This card is not telling you to shove away other people and only thinking about yourself in this ego kind of way. Me. That's not it. That's not what it's all about. We have this angel up here. Maybe if this is the wings and this is the head, it can also be a little cute animal with the eyes and a little star on the head and the ears and the arms. Maybe you see something different. I see both the angels and a little cute animal. And we have the dragonfly, and yeah, the lotus flower and all the stars. Well, most of the cards have stars in some ways here, but it's very much about acknowledging that your body and soul are one, and acknowledging that be honest towards yourself and say, okay, do I take care of myself enough here? Do I honor my own needs also? Or do I always, or most of the time, put other people first? It's this card here is in with one of the first energy cards, and it's about taking care of basic needs also. So it's very much about acknowledging that your own need, your body's need. Are you getting enough sleep and rest? Are you getting the sort of nourishment that you need, that are important for you? And it's different from people to people, whether or not it's more meat or more green or more sunlight or more exercise, whatever. It's more water, more. It's different. I'm not going to get into that, but the question here is: are you getting what is healthy for you and good for you, and are you getting enough of it? And if not, then you are asked to get starting giving yourself what you need. Giving yourself the rest, giving yourself the nourishment that you need, and maybe say no sometimes to other people to be able to take care of yourself first. It's like in the airplane when they ask you if in the beginning, maybe you don't, maybe you do, maybe you've tried it, maybe you've seen it in movies, but you know, they ask of you if those oxygen masks fall down, then you put your own mask on first before you help other people. And that is because if you first help other people besides you, sitting next to you or another road, whatever, then you will run out of air, and you will not only you will you will not be able to help yourself, you will not be able to help other people, then it will be too late. Hope it's probably not that drastic here, but things don't happen that fast, unless it's about oxygen or in some way or another. But the principles are the same. It's important that you take care of you, so you have the energy to give. It's important to fill your own cup first, and then when it's filled, then there are for you to give from. But don't empty your own cup. Fill a little bit in for, remember to nourish yourself. And it's not just about getting rest and the right physical nourishment. It's also about, because this card is called body and soul, it's also very much about nourishing your soul, your mind, and doing things that you like, and maybe even permit yourself to do things that you love. Sorry, going to take a sip of tea. I've been at this for quite a while today. Sorry about that. It's important to remember, because if you do that, then you can flourish. Then you can open yourself up. You can spread. You can shift direction. You have the energy. You can help. When you are helping yourself, you can help other people too. But it's important that you take care of yourself, and it's extra important because it's here today with the endless possibilities card. So for you to be open to this endless possibilities, then it's really important that you don't run on empty, so to speak. Because if you do that, you might not even be able to recognize when the options and the possibilities are there for you. You might not even be able to recognize them if you are too low on batteries, if you are too tired, too much in other people's life to help them. You might not even be able to notice it when this comes, some of these possibilities. So first thing first, give yourself the nourishment that is important for you. You have here, either it's some sort of guardian angel, or it's some sort of spirit animal, maybe even both. It's either way, it's someone or something that help you find out what is important for me, how can I nourish myself, and then take the steps to do that. Because then, when you do that, then you will begin to see, then you will begin to feel and know the possibilities. And the possibilities are always there. But if you're closed to them, if you're closed yourself to them, probably not knowingly, willingly, but they're still there. But if you don't open yourself to it, if you don't make yourself a vessel to receive, then it will not come. Because you do have endless possibilities. You do have the possibility to connect, to see, to feel, to see what can come to you. You have the possibility and the option to do anything, to move in any direction. And the dragonfly sort of speaks of that too, move in any direction. And all the connection here, the third eye and up with the stars to the universe. You have that within yourself. But if you feel it is, if you know you have, if you are one of those that have been there and have done that and sort of feel, well, it's sort of not working right now, I don't know, then it's probably because you are putting yourself a little bit too much aside over here. And then it's time to nourish yourself once more. Take care of your own needs, the physical ones and the spiritual ones, your body and your soul, you know. And then you once more will have this connection and can feel this connection. And once more step into the path of the endless possibilities. And and this is the first time for you, because you most of your life have been where it's important to help others and take care of other people. Not that it's not important to help others, it's very important. But it's not more important than taking care of yourself and making sure that you are able to help. You know, the oxygen mask. Okay? So use the metaphorical oxygen mask on yourself first. That way you'll be able to help other people use their oxygen mask, help other people in the way that are needed for them, so we can all feel better. And it had this extra bonus for you. It puts you on the path. It puts you back moving on the path of endless possibilities. So when you are taking care of yourself, both your body with the right nourishment, but also your soul with the right soul nourishment for you. It could be meditation, it could be music, it could be walks in nature, dancing, singing. I don't know what makes your soul soar. It can be, you know, almost everything. And do that first. And by that, opening yourself up and stepping into the path of endless possibilities, endless opportunities once more, or maybe you're feeling it for the first time. If you can see it, feel it, know it, hear it, I don't know. And it's not important how important thing that it is, and that you are taking the steps, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body and the soul, the right nourishment for each. You can ask your angels or your spirit animals or whatever feels right for you to help you and how to do it and guide you if you feel that's needed. Maybe you already even know what it is that you need to change to take care of yourself, so you can step back in here or take a step further from where you are already now. Maybe you already know. Then it's fine. Then you are now here asked to come on. Please do it. We need you. We all need you. You need you. Your loved ones need you. Your community needs you. We all need you at your best. You, of course, need you at your best. But the world as a whole do too. So take care of yourself, nourish yourself with the right things that is right for your body and right for your soul. And then endless possibilities will open themselves up for you. And you will see how things, how can I put it, like rings in the water. You will be more and more open, and you will know even more how to take care of yourself. And things will change, of course it will. It will, you will also probably find out that other things are needed now to nourish your soul. And then you go in that direction. And the new opportunities and possibilities, because they are endless. Because it's up to you to make yourself open to receive, make yourself able and open to walk that path of the endless possibilities. Yes, that is what I'm getting for you today. I'm getting an extra sort of not message, some extra wordings for you here. You can do it. Believe in yourself. You can do it, and you are meant for this. You are meant for this. You can do it. So take the steps. No matter if it's small or big, just take the first step to take care of yourself. And by that, taking the first step into the path of the endless possibilities. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes, that's it for now. So now all that's left for me is to wish you a lovely day, and hopefully see you in another reading. Bye for now.